Hello everyone, my name's Joe. I am a professional full-time trader with 29 years of investing experience, and I want to go with you today through the Mark Minervini 1 month trend template. My understanding of this template is that it catches stocks that are in uptrends and stocks whose 200-day simple moving average, that's this black line on MarketSurge, has been trending upwards for about 1 month. This catches stocks in kind of what's known as the early turn before they get too extended. Now, ZEP here is not a good example, but let me show you SEDG, S-E-D-G. See how it's just starting to turn from stage 1 Weinstein, stage 1 base to a stage 2 uptrend. That's where we want to catch it. I think this is my favorite screen on MarketSurge. I've explored the screens for many years. Minervini has a 4-month and a 5-month as well. I think I like this one the best because you catch stocks a little bit earlier. A lot of times they're coming out of a dormant phase. A lot of them are turnarounds where they pulled back for several years and are just now coming back to life. Finding this trend template or screen, I guess we could call it a screen, it's a little bit tricky. Once you found it the first time and favorite it, then it will appear over here under my screens, and I actually modified it just a little bit. All that I've done, I'm only showing stocks above $5. Stocks that are under $5 are just very volatile and more subject to random air pockets to the downside, which tend to stop me out because I'm a pretty tight stop trader. And then I want to have a float or at least 200,000 shares changing hands each day. And I'm eliminating the REITs and the royalty trusts just because of the additional tax paperwork. And so let me show you how to find this. Let me close that. The first time you look for it, you got to open up this bottom panel here, and you go to Reports, Stocks, Technical, and there you'll see them. Minervini 1 month, etc. And you can click this little toggle here and click Add to Favorites. So let's say you've done so, and here it is. Let's just take a look and see what stocks are in it and go through a few of them. I only want to spend 15 or 20 minutes or so doing this. Not investment advice, just sharing my opinion. So just for education and entertainment. And at the end of the video, if you are interested in learning more about my strategies and techniques, I do have a Patreon service where I do weekend videos and midweek blog posts and stuff. It's a 7-day free trial on that link in the description, and I'll put it in the comment section as well. So here we have pulled up 109 stocks today. The longer the list, the better the market is doing. And let's first look at some of these industries. Let's see if anything jumps out at us. Couple utilities, 1 truck and parts, couple ships, some telecom, couple retail. One thing that I'm noticing here, look at all these oil and gas. There's about 10 oil and gas stocks. Maybe we'll go through those first because I have not been looking at oil and gas stocks recently. And according to this, that industry might be warming up. Gold and silver's been really hot. I'm starting to see more medical related stocks showing up. Look at all these biotechs here. Biotechs can really move to the upside and the downside. I really like to play the ones that have some earnings and sales. The ones that are just pure development stage are really, really tricky, and I have caught a few big wins with those, but overall I think I've taking more losses as they come out with test results or trial results that are not up to expectations. Few machineries, few finance, few semiconductor. Cosmetics seems to be warming up. I was just looking at 𝐹 today. Computer data storage, yeah, MU and Penguin. Computer software database. So I think maybe let's look at just a few of these industry groups. Now, you can organize it in other ways. You can organize it from average true range. ANTE has an average true range of 33%. It moves 33% per day. Conversely, Couchbase moves 0.2% per day. I also like to organize by relative strength here, composite rating. There's lots of different ways to do it. But let's organize those industry groups again, like so. And I want to look at those, like I said, oil and gas. Let's start right here. And yeah, I put together a focus list of stocks to focus on for the upcoming week for my Patreon members. I don't have any oil and gas stocks on it right now, so maybe we can find one. Let's see. I like to start with the daily. The daily looks good. Then I'll go to the weekly and the monthly. Now keep in mind, oil stocks tend to be cyclical. Yeah, and oftentimes you'll see something like this, right? And so the average oil stock can make really good moves, and you can often hold them and make a good move for a few weeks or months, but you rarely want to hold them for multiple years, as you can see here. Let's see, GASS, International Seaborne Transportation, oil and gas pipeline, making money. This chart, is it in a base? Looking at the weekly, it is in a base. Needs to handle out here. Looking at the daily, pretty extended. If it can come back down, do something like that. Not overly enamored. I really want to find things that are immediately buyable or very close to it. This one, like I said, probably needs some handle work there. So this would be a watch list stock. Let's keep going. KNOP, trying to move into stage 2 here. Out of stage 1. 1% dividend. Partners, I wonder if this is a limited partnership. I don't think it is, but I would want to check. Limited partnerships generate more tax forms at tax time, and I just don't want to deal with it. Let's see, from 6 to 8 in short order. A little bit messy. Explosive breakout needs to come back down. Tends to pop and drop here. Not terribly thrilled. Like I said, I'm being really picky. I just want to find one or two to add to my list. CVR, cyclical. These are oil and gas refining. A lot of these have good dividends. See that? 6.5%. Yeah, I mean, it's an uptrend. Small little base here. Needs a handle. Let's keep looking. 𝗕𝗨𝗬𝗪𝗃. I have owned this. When did I own this? Gosh. Maybe somewhere in here. 2010. Maybe somewhere in here. It's been a while. Yeah, good dividend. I do remember that. I'm trying to finish out a base. This right side is compressed. See how steep that is? We want to see more. Did have one little check back, but we want to see multiple check backs, something like that. Very extended now. And see how all of these have been, the 200 days been in an uptrend for about a month. See that? This setup right here at 20 broke out. I would love to have bought it right there. Too far gone now. That ship has sailed. Marathon Petroleum. Nice calm price action, and this actually has been really moving nicely since 2020. Possible measured move there. Working on the right side of a base. This is definitely the most promising one so far. MPC. Got a little supply over here. It needs to clear. Relative strength is pretty laggy. We want to be above 80 usually. Mark Minervini says beginners and intermediates should have a by relative strength of at least 82. Not quite what I'm after. Maybe a little more handle here. Yeah, it's got potential. Let's set an alert here. Let's set an alert at 183. When and if it crosses that level, let's at least think about it. I was trying to get that to work. No, it's working. I just wanted to see. If you scroll this down, you can see the future estimates. Good earnings. Sales are going in reverse, though. We want to see red to blue, not blue to red. But one thing I learned about Mark Minervini is that oil stocks often peak when their numbers look fantastic, and they often start running again when their numbers look terrible. It's kind of the backwards to your typical growth or tech stock. PARR, Par Pacific, in the top quartile of industry groups, making good money. Again, that's a very small kind of V-shaped base. Our character change on earnings there. Fairly recent IPO. Yeah, not quite what I'm after. We'll find one, don't worry. That one has really run here on earnings. Look at that. Post-earnings drift. That needs some check back for sure. REPYY. Very thin. I thought I screened out stocks under 200,000 average volume. To look at my settings. Maybe I didn't block that after all. But yeah, it's just extended, right? So far we are striking out. Australian gappy little thing. Here's a British Petroleum, BP. This, wow. Long term looks terrible, doesn't it? Nice dividend. The daily, though, it looks actually pretty good. A little laggy, though. I'm not terribly interested in this one, but let's set an alert for 35.5. We'll revisit it. Any Italian company, oil and gas exploration. That one is at least kind of trending into stage 2, isn't it? Just extended. HL. Okay, we are in the gold miners. These are probably all going to be extended. Let's jump to... So, yeah, a lot of nice oil and gas stocks in uptrends, but nothing buyable at this very moment. Let's just take it from the top here. See what else we can find. Let's go about 5 more minutes. Consolidated water, extended. What happened? Hawaiian Electric. Wow, look at that little 11 to, what is this? 13. Let's come back down to support. That's actually kind of interesting. Boy, it is still kind of, I'd say it's in stage 1 though. Really until it gets up higher. Let's keep going. OSK, nice move. Giant base. Larger the base, farther into space. Oshkosh. Nice little uptrend, actually. Beautiful uptrend. Boy, that was really a strong, tight trading uptrend for almost a decade there. Making lots of money, little dividend. Decent numbers. It's a large cap, so the numbers aren't going to be so big generally, unless it's NVIDIA. But yeah, just extended, you know. Even though this catches the early turn, we're late. Here's our buy point right there. Maybe a little add-on right there. BWLP, Singapore-based company. Yeah, not quite what I'm after. Global ship lease. Nice uptrend. Bluebird, propane-powered school buses. Big gap up on earnings. Making good money. Little bit of volatility contraction going on here. Maybe we get another one and another one. Kind of a cup with high handle there. Good relative strength. Single digit sales and earnings. Yeah. I just don't think this will have the explosiveness that I'm after. Although it has doubled in 4 years. Let's keep looking. We want to find that perfect stock. Wow. This is an explosive move. But too far gone for us now. SFTBY. Must be an ADR, yeah, international company. That's what makes those gaps, because it's trading overnight. Okay, this looks better. Janus. Turnkey self-storage building solutions. Industries in the top quarter, making money. Numbers look terrible. Let's look at the weekly. Wow. Ugly weekly, ugly monthly. Huh. Got pretty excited looking at the daily, but boy, that does look pretty poor. Let's keep going. Spartan Nash. When you see tight action like that, it means it's getting acquired. Let me just skip it. Extended. This video's getting long. Let me pause it till I find one that looks viable. Okay, here's a speculative one. Technically, I really like it. It is a biotech. I'm still in developmental stages here. Not making any sales or earnings as of yet. Monogram Technologies, MGRM, designs orthopedic implants by linking 3D printing and robotics. What we see here is months and months of dead money. Big, spectacular 100% move on some sort of announcement. And then we got some pretty mellow post-announcement drift. And now it's made a nice cup. Just needs to handle out a little bit here. This is one we need to dig deeper into. It's going to be real speculative, low price stock, low float. But maybe it has home run potential. So I'll put this on my moonshot list. Let me just make a note of that, actually. 1 second here. Okay. Let me pause it again. Okay, this is, this one looks pretty good, you guys. This is going to be riskier. It's a biotech. But it does have some sales now. And if you look at the weekly, it's projecting huge earnings and sales. Look at those giant numbers. Therapies for cancer treatment, water-based formulation. So that's the N, the new and canned slim. Kind of trapped here in stage 1, but really trying to get out of it. Let's look at the monthly. double bottom there, still stage double bottom, still stage 1. Jumping back to the daily, explosive move here from 5 to 20 in a couple months. Now it's been basing pretty nicely for a month and a half or so. This seems like it's almost ready. Nice shakeout today, shakeout here. Maybe that needs that 50-day to catch up a little bit. A few more days sideways. Maybe it'll tighten for us, get real tight, and then take off. So we would be wanting to either buy a close above 20 or maybe some sort of bounce off of the 50-day down there. Let's set an alert at 20. Yeah, I like this one. I'm going to put it on the focus list. Let's just glance at the weekly here. Fund ownership is decreasing. That's the opposite of what we want. I'd like to see management with some shares. That's good. No dividend, of course. Let's look what the industry is doing. Industry chart looks pretty nice, doesn't it? Okay, so I'm going to add URGN to my focus list. We have quite a few stocks yet to go, but it's getting late tonight and the video is getting long. So let's wrap it up. But, this is just what I do every week. Among other things, I go through some of these screens and just hunt. It takes a while to find one that meets the different parameters, but you only need a few really good stocks, right? We don't have to find dozens of perfectly buyable stocks. We just need a few, preferably in various industries, so we get some diversification. Okay, like I said, if you're interested, please consider checking out my Patreon. I show my portfolio every weekend and my focus list, do a lot of education. There's a 7-day free trial, link in the description below. Also, please check out my partner, Seeking Alpha Premium, my go-to place for fundamental analysis. Yeah, I'll see you guys in the next video.